Hello, Sharon Plaché here, and I am so excited to share with you some very practical, direct techniques that we can use on the go, anywhere, anytime. So, life, we are bombarded constantly by stimulation, decisions, expecteds, and unexpecteds. Are there ways that we can balance and calibrate ourselves and downregulate some of that stress? Absolutely. So sometimes we decide what happens in our life, and other times things happen and we don't have decisions. Have you ever felt yourself getting annoyed or triggered or frustrated in the moment with yourself or someone else or a circumstance? I definitely have. I've often thought I have a fairly sensitive nervous system, and too much stimulus at one time can really kind of overload me. And I'm always checking in, am I past threshold 1, 2, or 3? So if you can relate on just going, whoa, can I turn the brakes on and just take a chill pill? I've got a technique for you that's super fast and effective, and it can be used 24/7, any place, anytime. So many of us know that how our brains function and how they're integrated impacts our life. And I've been really interested in how our brains process data, information, how much we can handle at a given point in time. And as a brain health coach through Dr. Amen's clinic, I've really looked into stress and overload on the brain. And this technique specifically speaks to that. And it's as simple as using the power of our hands and our presence. So, when we go to sleep, we drop into that deep, restful space. It's actually called a delta brainwave. It's where the wave pattern goes really slow. Well, we can activate that delta brainwave anytime and down regulate, kind of self regulate the chaos and confusion and triggers we might be experiencing in the moment. So, when we're wound up and kind of agitated, that's a busy beta brainwave. It's like, oh, it's a very fast brainwave. And how can we get from there to a much more relaxed, peaceful brainwave? Well, I'm going to show you how. So hopefully you're in a place where you can pay attention and take a few moments to tend to yourself and give you the self-care that you deserve. And as you feel better, all of those beloveds in your life and everyone that you support will also feel better too. So if you can, notice that we're going to settle in, and we're going to take our two hands and we're going to first just rest them here gently on our shoulders. And as you rest here and gently feel your hands on your shoulders, I'm going to invite you to start to notice your breath. And you're welcome to leave your eyes open or closed. And we're just going to let our hands rest here on our shoulders, almost like giving ourselves a little bit of a hug, a reassurance. And then notice your breath flowing in and out, right? As you notice that breath flowing in and out, I'm going to invite you to start measuring that breath. So you're going to have an inhale on the count of 4, holding for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4, and holding for a count of 4. So this is called box breathing. It's like a square box. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, and hold 4. And this has been proven to actually start to slow down our brain waves and help us recalibrate our autonomic nervous system, going from the busy beta brain wave and the sympathetic nervous system, where we maybe are feeling overwhelmed or fight or flight, and bringing us into a parasympathetic rest or digest as we anchor ourselves in, just holding ourselves gently at our shoulders. Now, as you feel your breath regulate and even out and begin to be a little bit slower, I'm going to invite you to now include what we call a psychosensory technique. And you're going to have your hands float from your shoulders slowly down to your elbows. And then lift them, and hands at the shoulders and slowly down to your elbows. So whether your eyes are open or closed, I would like you to just stroke from your shoulders to your elbows, from your shoulders to your elbows. And we're doing this on a count of like 1/100. 100,000. And if you feel yourself kind of busy still in your brain or rushing in your body, I'm going to invite you to just work on that 4 counts in, hold, 4 counts out, hold box breath, and have this psychosensory technique of shoulders to elbows. Now, if you have thoughts racing through your head, that's understandable, and I'm going to invite you to just let those thoughts drift through your awareness and out, just like you watch the clouds drift across the sky. And bring as much of your awareness as you can to the rhythm of your breath, and letting it be now whatever pace feels comfortable for you. And we're going to continue with this technique of shoulders to elbows. Whether your eyes are open or closed, I'd like you to start saying to yourself, I am safe. I am safe. It's as though we're smoothing the ruffled feathers, right, of being frazzled, overwhelmed, and just too much to do. So I am safe. And now I'd like you to add in some other statements that would be really resourceful for you. Maybe it's, I am grounded. I am grounded. All is well. I am safe. And as you're doing this, we're calming down the part of the brain that gets over anxious and over critical, and allowing it to recalibrate and come into balance, right? When we're balanced in our brain, we actually have higher function, right? What we call our executive function of our prefrontal cortex works much more in our favor, and we're being able to create a greater integrated self, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So as you're stroking from your shoulders to your elbows, I want you to go ahead and say those statements that feel good to you. I am safe. I am grounded. All is well. Adding in now whatever else you need to hear directly from yourself to yourself. And taking all the time that you need, letting your breath flow evenly and effortlessly in and out. And noticing that your breath is lengthening. You probably feel your nervous system and your brain calming down into what we call a calm awareness, where we're functioning at our highest level. So do this for as long as you need to really feel yourself start to anchor in. You might want to finish with letting your hands rest here at your shoulders, having that sense of, I am safe. All is well. I am calm. And from this place, you and I and all of us will be able to take our next best step, make the decisions and choices we need to, take those actions to fulfill all the commitments and things that we have to do in our lives in the highest and best way. So thank you for your time. Blessings to you always, and